Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the People's Champion. Your host, the Hut. Welcome back to the Baseball Hut 2. Hope you like this video. Hit that subscribe button. So we're going to talk about Roki Sasaki. I don't know why. Somebody will write to me, getting really snippy with me, says, this is not happening. We're going to talk about it because everybody's talking about him. He's the latest star player, the latest star pitcher from Japan. But what's interesting about him, is he's younger than any of these other guys. He's 23 years old. He's going to get posted by the Marines, the Chiba Marines. And because he's not over 25, you cannot sign him to a massive contract. So it's not going to take money, massive amounts of money to sign him. You basically got to schmooze him and tell him how much you love him. And he'll sign. The rumor is, it's been the rumor for over a year, he's going to sign with the Dodgers. Okay, let's see. It's not happening. Go Dodgers. Who are the favorites to land Roki Sasaki according to MLB.com? I'm all right. Can't talk right. Saturday's news that Roki Sasaki will be posted by the Chiba Marines sent shockwaves and excitement throughout Major League Baseball as clubs began to think about their prospects of landing the 23-year-old right-hander. But unlike last year's free agent sweepstakes that saw Yoshinobu Yamamoto sign for $325 million with the Dodgers, the race for Sasaki will not end with a 9-figure contract, which makes for a fascinating hot stove story. Quote, this isn't a Yamamoto situation. One American League executive said, money isn't going to be the primary issue when he chooses a team. That's because players younger than 25 years old who have not reached 6 years of service time and a former major league are subject to MLB's international amateur signing bonus pool rules, setting a cap on their contracts. I'm not 100% sure, so we're going to be talking about him probably until January 15th, which is the beginning of the signing of these amateur free agents. So we're going to be talking about him, I think, for another 2 months. So we're going to be talking about him for a while. So this is not going to be something that happens right away. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's what's going to happen. Shohei Ohtani faced a similar situation in 2017, signing with the Angels for $2.315 million. Sasaki would be under club control to the 2030 season if he never spends a day in the minors. Sasaki, who has a 2.02 ERA over his first 4 seasons in Japan, immediately becomes one of the top free agents available this winter. Though unlike Juan Soto, whose expected contract ask will likely limit his market to a handful of clubs, Sasaki's international amateur status potentially puts nearly every team in play. But we know some teams aren't going to be in play. The Ghetto A's aren't going to be in play. The Pirates I don't believe, going to be in play. I don't think the Rangers, I know the Rangers have been discussed and the Houston could be discussed. But that seems they don't want to do that. I don't know what those teams are doing. Quote, teams are going to have to sell themselves, not just write the biggest check, an AL executive said. It still may be a level playing field because every team won't have what he's looking for, but the size of your payroll isn't necessarily as important. It is still unclear when Sasaki will be posted, which would start the 45-day clock on his window to sign of a major league club, though it typically takes a few weeks to complete the process. The international signing period runs from January 15th through December 15th each year, when all clubs will have their full complement of dollars in their respective international bonus pools. So I'm not 100% sure how this will be. While every team in the majors would love to add Sasaki to its rotation, executives believe the Dodgers and the Padres are the favorites to land him. It's not quite a 2-horse race, national executive said, but those two are probably the most logical landing spots. Los Angeles signed both Ohtani and Yamamoto last winter, instantly becoming the most popular team in Japan. But Sasaki forged a close relationship with Padres pitcher Yu Darvish at the last World Baseball Classic, which could give San Diego an edge in its recruiting pitch. One source said the teams most likely to have a shot at Sasaki are West Coast clubs and those that have signed Japanese players in the past. Aside from the Dodgers, and Padres, the Giants, who signed that big Korean player last year, the New York Yankees, who have a long history of big players from Japan, the New York Mets, who have Kodai Senga, the Blue Jays, the Cubs, who have Suzuki, and the Rangers were among those mentioned by executives. The Mets, Yankees, and Cubs are among the teams that have done extensive scouting on Sasaki, who drew dozens of scouts to his starts throughout the season. One AL executive who believes the Dodgers and Padres are the co-favorites to land Sasaki said the Mets may not be far behind. Of the East Coast teams, I think the Mets had the best shot. Oh, look at that. Sasaki's high 90s fastball and tantalizing slider have big league clubs dreaming on his potential as a number one starter, though one executive noted that his lack of innings, he's topped the 100-inning mark only twice in his 4 seasons with Chiba Lot, recording a career-high 129 third innings in 2022 will be something to consider when he arrives in the majors next season. He threw only 111 innings over 18 starts in 2024, missing time with arm and oblique injuries. Quote, he's going to be very tough on big league hitters. Whatever signs, we shouldn't count on a workhorse who's going to throw 200 innings out of the gate. So what's interesting about this is he's a little bit different than some of these other pitchers, because all these other pitchers that have come into the major leagues have had, they've pitched a lot. He has not. So he's still kind of learning how to play. He's still learning how to be a pitcher. And obviously, I've not seen him. I've not seen him as a player. And most of you that are watching the channel and watching this video have not seen him either. But because we're American, most of us are Americans in here, we don't necessarily watch everything that's going on in Japan. But what's interesting about him is his age, the fact you're not going to have to spend a fortune on him. And he's probably going to go to the Dodgers. It's not happening. Yeah, I mean, somebody will say that. Don't you dare say he's going to the Mets. Don't you dare. I haven't said anything. The Mets are always going to be in on these big players because they have the money to spend. And they're showing that they're successful. They've been very successful the last 4 years. 2 of the last 4 years have been very successful. But you can let me know what you think about this video. Please subscribe to the Baseball Hut 2. I take super thanks in here, so I don't do live streams on this channel. If you send me a super thanks, it's a nice way to donate to the channel. It helps give me paint for the house. So I'm painting my house here and use all the money I can get to help paint this beautiful home that I've purchased because of you folks. You watch the videos and give me great super chats and just watching in general, and it's really helped me out on this platform. So thank you for watching this video, and of course, please subscribe to Baseball Hut 2. I'll see you later.